It was a long, empty road, and we were together. The clouds had been looming since the morning, yet the rain had not arrived. I had just stepped out of my college convocation with all the girls. Slowly, the crowd began to thin. Some left in cars, others on bikes, heading home. I was waiting perhaps for the crowd to disperse, and he was waiting perhaps for a chance to walk home with me. We were childhood friends, but for the past few days, I had started sensing a special place for me in his heart. Even my friends had confirmed it, but he had never said anything. Maybe today, he was waiting to speak. When all my friends had left, I stepped out of the college gate. I knew he would be waiting outside. The heart is quite honest in such matters, isn't it? Seeing me, he walked towards me. "Shall we walk home together?" he asked. I nodded in agreement. We began walking down the long, empty road that led to our homes. I was struggling a little wearing a sari for the first time, along with heels. Managing myself was becoming difficult. The clouds, which had been holding back all day, decided to pour at that very moment. Light drizzles began to fall. On both sides of the road, golden Amaltas flowers had been scattered by the strong winds, making it look like an orange carpet was spread across the path. Suddenly, my foot got caught in a pothole, and I stumbled. He firmly held my hand like he never wanted to let go. We walked for a long time, in silence, under the gentle rain. Both our bodies and our hearts were getting drenched. I don't know when we reached home. I only came back to my senses when he gently let go of my hand and said, "Here, your home is here." We were both soaking wet. "Shall I leave now?" he asked. I nodded again. We had walked almost 3 to 4 kilometers. I lingered outside for a while, hoping to hear something, but he left once again, saying nothing. Just then, my father came outside. "Oh dear, you are completely drenched. Go change quickly, or you'll fall sick," he said. The raindrops took away the moisture in my eyes. That entire night, I lay on my bed, unable to sleep, wondering what was this. Why was he stopping himself from saying anything? The next morning, I saw his message on my phone. "What time will you be at college?" And then he added, "I'll be there by 11:30 a.m. I got annoyed. Why couldn't he just say, "Can you come at this time?" Would that hurt his pride? Even though I was frustrated, I still reached college at 11:30 a.m., hoping to meet him. I looked around the department, but he was nowhere to be seen. I finished some pending work and, without thinking, walked toward the cafeteria. As soon as I entered, I saw him sitting by the window at the farthest seat. When I reached him, he said, "Oh, you came?" I was irritated. I was about to leave. "You never told me we were meeting here. Where else would we meet in college?" He replied with a smirk. We had coffee together. I sat there, waiting to hear something from him, but he just kept looking at me with the same expressionless face. His campus placement was done. He had to join in about a month, but he still didn't know the exact date or location. After finishing our coffee, I asked, "Shall we leave?" "Yes, let's go," he said. It was the last day of college. Once again, we walked down that long road toward our homes. The wind was still blowing, but there was no rain today. We walked, silent as ever. We reached home, and once again, he left without saying anything. The next day, my childhood friend Ruchika came over. "So, did Mihir say anything to you yesterday?" she asked. "What do you mean?" I asked back. "Oh, come on. Stop pretending. Tell me, did he say something?" "No. If he had, I would have told you," I said, disappointed. "Maybe he's waiting to settle in his job before he speaks to your father about marriage." Ruchika tried to reassure me. "Maybe, Anything is possible, I sighed. Mihir and I had grown up together. We had studied in the same school, attended the same college, though our courses were different. His campus placement was in Delhi. He had to do an internship there before securing a full-time job. His parents dreamed of a beautiful, accomplished daughter-in-law, and my father wanted an IAS, PCS officer or a doctor for me. Neither of our families had ever considered us as a potential match. And Mihir, he was silent. Ruchika believed he needed more time, but for me, waiting was the only option. A week later, Mihir left for Delhi. He came back a few times in the next 2 years, but we barely got time to talk. By 2008, I completed my master's and started working as a counselor. One day, Mihir returned for a short visit. I went to meet him. We were alone in his room when he held my hand and whispered, "Manasi, forgive me." "For what?" I asked. "You know for what. I can't explain. But try to understand. When something great gets written in history, many small people have to make big sacrifices." "What nonsense are you talking about?" I asked, confused. "I have to go now," I said, and walked away. That night, I lay awake again, realizing that my last hope had died. On November 26, 2008, terrorists attacked the Taj Hotel in Mumbai. The entire country was shaken. One day, Mihir's mother called, saying, "Beta, Mihir is home for a short while. If you want to meet him, come quickly. He's leaving for Mumbai." I hesitated but decided to go. For the first time, he looked disturbed. "Everything okay?" I asked. He nodded, but I could sense something was wrong. We barely spoke, and then he left. 6 months later, in June 2009, an ambulance stopped in front of Mihir's house. Curious, I rushed over. A stretcher was pulled out. It was Mihir's lifeless body. His parents screamed in anguish. No one had known where Mihir actually worked. A card was handed to his father. It read, "Mihir Pratap Singh, Central Bureau of Investigation." The truth hit like a storm. Mihir had been on a secret mission. He had died in service. I collapsed. The same Amaltas filled road, the same drizzles, but this time Mihir wasn't there. As I stood under an Amaltas tree, watching his last journey, the rain absorbed the tears in my eyes, and the golden petals filled the parting in my hair. And his words echoed once again. When something great gets written in history, many small people have to make big sacrifices.